Hey guys, welcome back to another unboxing video. Today's unboxing is going to be just a little bit different because we're not going to be unboxing a board game, but we are going to be unboxing a gaming keyboard. And the keyboard I have in front of me is the Razer BlackWidow Chroma mechanical keyboard. And if I can't find enough people to want to sit down and play a board game, I will find myself playing a PC game or a PS4 or Xbox game. But today we're going to be looking at this gaming keyboard, and I have not owned a mechanical keyboard before, so it kind of drew me in for two reasons. One, it's mechanical, and then two, it's got this nice LED backlighting. And I would say if you're looking for a mechanical keyboard, this one and the Corsair K70 I think are the two keyboards that most people tend to gravitate towards. There are a few differences between this one and the K70. One being that depending on how far down the rabbit hole you want to go in terms of really getting into your mechanical keyboards, I believe the Corsair uses Cherry MX switches, which are supposed to be a little bit better quality. At least that's what the community says. I haven't had a chance to use either one, so I'm not going to be able to give you that expert opinion on which switch is better. I have messed around with this keyboard a little bit, and I do like the way it feels. I would imagine that the keys on this are not extremely lower in quality versus that Corsair one, but there's features on this keyboard that I did like better than the Corsair, so that is why I went with this particular keyboard. If you're not familiar with what a mechanical keyboard is, a mechanical keyboard simply has little spring-loaded switches that sit beneath the key so that when you press the key, it gives you a faster response time, and it also helps your typing to be a lot more accurate versus the typical silicone gelled keyboard that just have a little membrane that sits beneath the keys, and when you press and you're basically just squishing that together to press that. So this actually has a mechanical switch that you're activating when you press the key. So enough talking, let's jump in and let's take a look at what this keyboard looks like. But first, let's go back to the back of the box and just kind of go through the features or contents. It has fully programmable keys plus 5 additional gaming keys, which is good because this is a gaming keyboard. It has the Chroma backlighting with 16.8 million customizable color options. So a lot of options there to play around with. Easy access media keys for convenient volume control and media playback, which are these top keys up here on the top row. And then it has a mechanical key architecture with distinct tactile feel and faster response. 10 key rollover for extreme anti-ghosting. Audio out and microphone in jacks for easy cable management. This does have headphone, microphone, and a USB port on the side of the keyboard, which is always nice. So let's take a look at what the keyboard actually looks and feels like. And the first thing I noticed when I pulled the box lid off, it has that nice, fresh electronic smell. I have liked that smell since I was a kid, when I got my first Nintendo and those things. When you pop those open, it always has that fresh electronic smell. This definitely has that as well. Always enjoy that for some reason. Maybe I'm weird, I don't know. So the keyboard's out, and the next thing we see down here is the software or instructions that is included with the keyboard. We're going to pull that out. So in the box we have the full-size keyboard, and then we have the instruction manual and maybe software. Let's go ahead and take a look at that and just see what's inside of this. Yes, it just looks like it's the information guide for the product itself. Just a small little booklet just to give you an idea of how this thing works, which shouldn't be too difficult. Most keyboards, you just plug them in and install the software. And we have a little couple little advertisement cards here for picking up the keyboard, and then a couple stickers for those that like to place stickers on their equipment or gear. And then let's take a look at the nice keyboard that we have here. I will say the one other drawback to this keyboard is the outer edge of this keyboard is plastic. I know the Corsair that I mentioned earlier has a metal outer cover, which probably gives it a little bit of an edge in terms of build quality. I don't think this looks too bad though. This is a nice matte finish, so I think it kind of looks pretty good. Yes, it would be better if it was a metal finish, but I don't think it looks too bad. We have those 5 macro keys over here on the left. Those gaming keys that you can set up for different items that you might be pressing keys a lot for that doesn't interfere with the main keyboard layout. We have those media keys up top. But just to give you a sense of how this keyboard sounds compared to your typical membrane keyboard, you can tell that this has a nice mechanical clicky sound to it. You can see here on the sides, we do have that microphone, headphone, and USB port on the side here of the keyboard. This is just a USB 2.0. It's too bad it's not a USB 3.0, but it is still nice to have something here that you can plug your mouse into without having to try to find an extension cord or trying to just work around that. And then let's just flip this over and look at the base of the keys, or the base of the keyboard. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. You do have these small little feet that will flip up and kind of lock into place just to give that keyboard the ergonomic option if you like the keyboard tilted up. And then on the back side here we have the cord, which is a fairly thick braided cord, which has that USB and different 1/8 inch headphone and microphone jacks so that you can plug those into the back of your computer. So that's the basic layout of this keyboard. Pretty standard in terms of a keyboard, but it does have that nice clicky sound, mechanical keys. I'm going to set this up with my laptop so that you can get a good look at how the lighting on this works, because that was the second most important feature for this keyboard. For me, it has a very intuitive software to use to set the keys up and make it very customized compared to other products on the market. So let's go ahead and set that up and take a look at the lighting or the LED chroma options that this keyboard also brings. I have it plugged into my laptop and the keys are already lit up here. You can see it's kind of cycling through the different spectrum of colors. This is a preset setting. To install the software, it only took a few minutes to install the software, if that. And then you're basically right in to have a nice on-screen dashboard that allows you to change and customize the keyboard any way you want to. You can set keys to be some keys to be some colors and other keys to be other colors if that's what you want to do. You can have it cycle through like it's doing here. We can set it up, mimic that look that it was on the front cover of the box. It kind of has this nice spectrum wave, which I'm not sure I would recommend playing it like this, because I think if somebody might think you have a disco in your office with the way this is set up. But it just shows the full capability that you can basically customize this to your heart's desire in terms of how you want the LEDs to show up. There's not a lot of light leakage coming out of this. Really, the only lighting that's really happening is behind the key itself, so it's not overly bright. It's like the lighting is just enough to let you see the keys, let you see the keyboard. So this is exactly what I was hoping for in terms of lighting. But then the software itself is very intuitive. It's very easy to use, and even has some presets set up so that you can set it up for MMOs, for first-person shooters, StarCraft, which is kind of neat because it kind of helps visually if you kind of happen to glance down and you can see where your hand is positioned. Then that way you can kind of use the keys that are going to be relevant to the game without accidentally hitting other keys by mistake. So for instance, for a first-person shooter, you can see that the keys 1 through 5 are lit up. They have the WASD for your movement keys, and then we have the R key over here as well. So it kind of pre-lights up the keys that you're going to be using, which is kind of neat. It is a gaming keyboard, so it's kind of built around that gaming idea. It has some other templates too where it's reactive, where as you press keys, it kind of shows where you have been pressing. Really more just a special effect more than anything. I'm not sure that's very useful, but again, just to show that you can customize this thing any which way you want. It is going to take me a little bit to get used to this mechanical style keyboard coming from the plain membrane style keyboard that I had before, but I think I'm really going to dig this keyboard. I really like the look of it. Let me know if you guys dig this video by giving me a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys dig the keyboard too by letting me know in the comment box below. Let me know if this is something you think you might want to bring to your PC gaming setup. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next unboxing video.